What's up, everybody? It's your boy Loud, and we on another episode of Daily Discussion. And right now, I have a special guest with me. She's a wonderful singer, I must say. First and foremost, I have the wonderful Vina Love in the building.
Hey, y'all.
I love your hat, by the way.
Thank you.
But we're gonna get into much more other things. Tune in.
Hey, what's up? It's your girl Vina Love, and I need you to tune into Daily Discussion.
So Vina Love.
Hey.
So I've been checking you out, you know, all the music that you've been putting out lately. But first and foremost, the first question: what actually made you get into singing, and what age?
I was a dancer first. I started dancing when I was 2, and then when I got to high school is when I was really like singing, dancing, acting, and all that stuff. And after high school, it was like, what am I gonna do with my life kind of situation. I went to college 2 times, and I just really wanted to sing. So I left school, and then I just went with it. I just rolled with it, and it did what it did on its own.
Right. And you went to college. And what was your major?
I did criminal justice at John Jay. So over school at this point. But wow. Yeah, I definitely did. I wanted to do entertainment law. So I was going to go to Stanford in California, and my mom was like, when I graduated, I was 16, maybe 17. I was young, so she was like, you're not going to California, no. So I did John Jay, I did criminal justice for a little bit, and then I was like, nah, that's not it. And then I went to school again. I went to AMDA, which is a conservatory school for performing arts. And it was really overwhelming, because it was like you have 9 classes in one day, and then you have to go to your rehearsals, and you have to do all this other stuff. So I didn't really have time to sing. I didn't have time to go and perform and do all these things, because I was so tired from being in school. And I was just like, I don't want to be a musical, like I don't want to do musical theater. I don't want to be on Broadway right now, like. So I took what I took from it, and then I just went and did my own thing. I winged it until it worked. So.
Wow. And so basically you was basically trying to be an entertainment lawyer and do singing at the same time.
Yeah.
Wow, that's too different. That's too different. But that's good though that you actually, you stepped aside from college to actually work on your craft. That's something that's.
And that was actually hard for me. Like, that was sad for me to not go to school, because, like, just all throughout high school, I got amazing grades all the time. I was in volleyball, I was dancing, I was singing, I was doing everything in high school. So I was like, I want to go to college. I want to go to college and dance and sing. I actually wanted to go to Georgia State originally. What? Yeah. Wow. I was
what made you not go to?
One, being young, and my mom was just like, I don't think you're ready to take that step on right now.
Okay.
And I had to respect it, like, of course. And, I mean, if she felt like that, she was most likely right. I didn't want to go out there, waste my time, and then just, And then just me wanting to sing, I knew I had to be home to do that. Like, I knew I needed the support of my mom, being my manager, and, like, just having my team around me, and just making sure I was tight before I went out into that world. So I definitely needed to stay home, and if I was going to do it, I needed to do it all the way. So I needed to focus. And if I was going to go to school, I wouldn't have been able to do that. So that was a sacrifice for me. Not going to college.
Right. Okay. And let's go on to where you actually went to making music, and you actually collabed with
Millville, yeah.
Yeah. And how was that working with him, basically?
Very natural. It was like, you know how you like take another step in your life. You don't know what direction it's going to go, but you just take it anyway.
Right.
It was that kind of situation. Like, it started off as something so small, like, hey, I want to do something with you. Let's try to make it happen. And I'm like, all right. So,
you're like, okay, cool.
I'm like, all right. I mean, I had recorded in studios before and, like, made my own music, but this was the first time I was, like, making a song, shooting a video, performing this song that I made. Like, it was new. So he had hit me up and wanted me to do a remix to one of his songs that he previously made. We didn't do it for some reason, but then he was like, listen, I know you like old school music. I wanna do like an old school song. I wanna do it over. I'm like, okay. So the first time we met, we did one song. We didn't really like it. Then the second time we saw each other, we did Best of Me. We had like a 1 hour session. As a singer, that is very difficult to just have 1 hour to record a song. So we did it though, 1 hour. He was like, I want to do a video. I'm like, all right, fine. So we're very, when it comes to like old school and just having an old soul, that's just us naturally. So when he was like, let's shoot a video, he was like, I want to do like just something cool, like something outside, basketball court. We do jerseys or whatever. I'm like, it works for me, like whatever. We did it, and it just blew up. Like it went farther than we ever expected. Wow. And then from there, we just continued it. We just kept going, and then we ended up getting into a relationship, which definitely it helped the music a lot, and just the experience in itself, just mixing business and pleasure, was a lot also. So we just, after a while, we decided like, all right, I want to do my own music, you want to do your own music, so let's just not part ways, but just go on to different experiences, and we kept our relationship, and I don't know, everything's fine now.
Oh, okay. Because I know Ride or Die, when I was listening to Ride or Die, it was kind of like you can hear the old school sample. And then I was just like, yo, they're different. Because you don't hear that nowadays. Like, you know, new rappers, they come out with, you know, some different type of beat. I don't know. Like, it's too much.
We wanted to, like, if we was going to do old songs, we wanted to do songs that, like, people were scared to touch. Like, you wouldn't touch a Jay-Z sample. Like, if you did, you have to body it. Like, it can't be regular. Same thing with the Jay-Z and Maya one. It was like, no, I haven't heard anybody do this. I've never heard anybody sample the song or just remake it. So we definitely just wanted to be out of the box while still using music that people already knew. And just, we didn't really expect to get like extremely large off of it, because how could you get that large using somebody else's music? But definitely draw the attention to us, and that's exactly what it did.
And what made you guys start actually come up with the idea to be like, all right, let's work on our separate projects, you know, let's go our separate ways in regard to music?
One thing you have to do as an artist is really pay attention to, I don't like to call them fans, but like your supporters. You have to pay attention to what they want to hear, what they want to see. So if after a while, if they're not gravitating to what you're doing, you have to switch it up, whether you want to or not. You have to do something that's going to make them wake up. So after a while, it was like, all right, well, we want to see Vina by herself. We want to see Joe by himself. We want to see what they could do without each other, because it was just always us. So being that they wanted to see more, that's what we had to do. We had to suck it up and push forward.
Right. And you have a single out right now on air, which is really dope, by the way.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
No problem. And I can hear, like, you know, like the way you're talking now and the voice on there is like, is really good.
Thank you.
It's really good. And you actually came out with a remix on it, since it's so good. And I'm just like, this girl is actually dope. Can we have her on?
Thank you.
Is there any way we can have her on this show? And like, what was on your mind, like, when you was making that song? Yeah.
I'm not sure if I could. It was we was in the studio, and me and the producer were making like 5 songs within the span of like 2 to 3 weeks. So it was really crunch time. So we were in the studio 5, 6 in the morning, like just trying to make stuff happen. So by this time this was like the 3rd song that we did, and we had made 4 songs previously to make it air in that night, and none of them worked. So I was like, all right, what are we gonna do? So my assistant was like, well, just look at the air, like look around you, like what are you feeling like? I'm like, you know what, you're right. So he starts playing on the piano, and then we just started writing words. Like we really built it from scratch, and it was gibberish at first, like it was a hot mess, but we turned it around and just tweaked it, and the song, it just did what it did. Like it was good on its own. And then when I decided to put it out, we didn't mix it. We didn't do none of that. We just left it raw. The vocals on there is raw. It's nothing. There's nothing on it. So we really like just, I don't know. It just came from nowhere.
Yeah.
And it just worked on its own, just naturally.
Wow. How does it feel working with Uncle Snoop?
That was crazy. I was crying like nonstop when I first heard it.
I would cry too.
I was crying like crazy. that really came out of nowhere. I didn't expect that. When we spoke about like doing a remix to it, I was like, well, who would I put? It was between Dave East and Snoop.
Ooh.
I was like, Dave East would have been, you know, that real New York feel to it, but I'm like, nah, this is Snoop. Like, this is Snoop all the way. Like, it reminded me of like Sensual Seduction, that kind of vibe. I'm like, nah, I need Snoop. So, of course, I'm not thinking that's gonna actually happen. But I had went to DJ Khaled's birthday party in like this early December, and actually I fell right in front of Andre Harrell. Like he was sitting like this, and I fell right in front of him. But that always happens to me. I always fall. That's how I know it's gonna be a good night. So I fell and I got up. He's like, "You good?" I'm like, "Yeah." He was like, "That was you performing over there?" I ended up performing. I was like, yeah. He was like, "That song is dope. You know who you need on there?" I'm like, "Who?" He's like, "Snoop." I'm like, "I know. Like, that's what I said." He was like, "I don't know. I might be able to make that happen for you." So him and my dad, they put their heads together, I guess, and they made it happen. And it happened so fast because I heard it on like Christmas. I got it as a gift for Christmas. And the song was already recorded. Like my team knew about it for like a week prior to me even finding out, or maybe 2 weeks. So he must have liked the song because he recorded it right away and sent it over. So that was cool.
And I see you have like a lot of like, not like an old school flavor, but like you can notice the old school flavor when you're singing and the samples that you use. Like Air, like it was like Snoop Dogg fits perfectly because the beat actually do sound like a West Coast type of thing. So it was just like Snoop Dogg is definitely that was good. But who were like that you listen to that give you like inspiration to write or actually sing?
Definitely Mary J. Blige, Alicia Keys, Faith Evans, that whole like Diddy era, like Total, like, you know, Etta James, Jasmine Sullivan.
Wow.
Like deep singers, like, you know, that kind of, and definitely Beyonce on stage. Yes, girl. Because nobody could touch Beyonce on stage. Nobody. So I definitely look to her for her creative direction. And I just stick to my old music because that's where lyricism is. That's where actual meaning to music and actually matching your music to your lyrics. Like people don't really do that no more. People just take beats and just let it rip, and then it just like, you know.
I have like 100K followers.
Yes. Yeah. But I definitely do respect. We was talking about this yesterday, me and my team. There's artists now who sound crazy but have amazing lyrics, and then there's artists who just sound bad altogether. I really, really love Kodak. I love, if you really look at his lyrics, he has a lot of good lyrics. He might sound a little off, but his lyrics are good. And also Uzi. Love Uzi's lyrics. You don't like none of these people I'm naming right now.
Let me ask you a question though. I just want to ask this question. Do you like Lil Pump?
No. Not that I don't like him, but I don't take the time out to go see what he's really saying. Like I just haven't.
Would you listen to Kodak?
Yeah, I know.
What if I tell you Lil Pump is better than Kodak?
You might be right. I never listened to him, so I don't know. I will definitely check it out though. But honestly, if you go and just look at forget that Kodak is even his song. If you just go look at the lyrics, you're gonna be like, oh, okay, he's saying something. But when you hear the song, you barely understand what he's saying. Like, you know, it sounds crazy, but the lyrics are really dope.
I'm gonna check him out.
Yeah, he's dope.
Check him out because I don't really listen to Kodak like that. I listen to Kodak a little bit, but like you said, I just don't understand what he's saying like sometimes, and I just have to be like, yo, I have to really go on lyrics.com to find out what he's saying. It's
a bad thing and a good thing at the same time because I like artists like that make you want to be like, okay, what is he saying? Like, what is he talking about? The first person I ever really did that with was Schoolboy Q. I love him.
Oh,
and I was like,
finally.
I was like, let me go really look at his lyrics. And I'm like, yo, he's dope. He's really dope. And then he had his daughter. So it was like, you could see the change in him and like how he just like really grew as a person and an artist. Like, it was just dope. I like to do that. I'm very like research savvy.
Wow. That's the first that you brought Schoolboy Q. Every guest I had here, they was like, oh, I think, who did they bring up? Oh, I think Drake is nice.
He is nice though. You can't deny him.
I think Drake is nice.
Can't deny him.
Drake, and I'm just like, bro, there's so many different rappers out here other than Drake. You need to put it, you know.
It's been like, even Lupe Fiasco. I just recently met him, and meeting him and just seeing the type of person he is, like how like open he is, made me be like, let me go like really look at his stuff. Like, let me go really see. I can't be cool with this person. I don't know who they are. And so I went and like just looked at his stuff. I knew Kick Push, but I didn't really I wasn't familiar with his work really. So I went and listened to a lot of his stuff, and I'm like, yo, he's really dope, and it matches his personality. Like, he's himself when he raps. So I've been doing that lately with everybody I meet. So.
Okay. And speaking of meeting like other artists, you attended the Rock Nation brunch. How was that? Was you nervous?
That was dope. I was actually, that day, I was very calm for some reason. I was really like chill. I don't get nervous really, but I wasn't anxious. It was chill. But what was so dope about it was that everybody that was there was a celebrity. I probably was the only one that wasn't. Like, it wasn't like they had their entourage or they had paparazzi or anything like that. It was just the artists and their other artist friends. So just seeing how they interact with each other, and how, you know, when you see famous people, you assume that they're not human for some reason. Like, you treat them like they're this god. So just seeing them be normal and just seeing them interact with each other and just really enjoying themselves, and how polite they were to me, was like, okay, this is dope. It was really fun. And even Jay-Z, like, he's like a statue. Like, he just does his own thing, his own corner, just, you know, very cool. Beyonce came, she's whole body. She's just like perfect. Everything about her. She's shiny, she smells good, she's tall, like she was great.
That's big.
She was great. Everybody was great. It was fun.
Right.
It was cool.
And what, like, do you have like a project that you're working on right now? Like,
I'm actually just focusing on like doing singles and stuff. I do want to put a project together, and I'm just trying to show people what they want to see. Because I know they're like, all right, she put out one good song, but what else is she going to do? So that's what I'm excited for. So after we do that, we definitely going to put a project together and just, you know, just keep pushing.
Do you have any ideas of what you can bring up in the album or take that you about, like, that you're going to further along drop?
Not really. Not really. I'm just going along with it.
Go along with the flow.
Just going with it. Like I said, I've been doing a lot of like research and just paying attention to a lot of the music that's around me. I've really been listening to like a lot of the women in our industry right now. Women that people don't even really like, you know, like for instance, her, Kehlani, Justine Skye, SZA, just these women are really like doing a damn thing, like lyrically, and just like really doing what they want to do, kind of situation. So I've been paying attention a lot to that, because as a woman being in this industry, it is hard. So just doing what you want to do. So I'm just going with my flow.
Okay. And I see you basically like just like, you said you was a dancer too. So in the video you was also dancing. Like, how like when you was doing the video up air, like how did you get used to dancing? Like, well, I mean, I've been a lot of practice, definitely.
Yeah, I mean, I've been dancing since I was 2. I'm like a classically trained ballet dancer, like tap African. So I'm used to that. Like, my brother is my choreographer, so he just listen, come to rehearsal. You got to learn such and such.
Wow.
We learn it, we make it happen. So in the video behind me, that's my brother dancing with me.
What?
And then the other dancers are like my cousins, some of my friends from high school.
Oh,
so
this is a family already.
Yeah. It's my mom's my manager, my assistant's my cousin. We're just one big family. And we all bring something different, which is so dope. Like my cousin, feet work with Aries. He gets light, and he like does flips, and he's training himself to do like flipping and just all this crazy stuff. So he comes to rehearsal and he teaches us. Everybody has their own thing, and they just bring it together, and it just works because everybody wants to do it.
I imagine how Thanksgiving can be. You just be like,
yeah.
We got this video coming up. Is you ready for that? Oh, okay, let's go.
No, seriously. Seriously. And we hang out on, like, those are my friends. Like, that's, I hang out with my family. So I'm with them all the time. And it's just like, sometimes it'll be 5 in the morning and we in the house and we just talking about stuff. Like, I make my own mixes for our show. So we sit there, we do our mixes together. I make my own vlogs, I edit all my stuff. So we just sit there and we do stuff together with their input. I trust their input. So just having people you trust, having people you love, and people doing what they want to do with you is like the greatest feeling ever.
Yeah, nothing better than that. Yeah, especially with a whole family to support what you love doing. There's nothing better than that, because that's going to influence you to do even more and more every time.
It's dope. It's really dope.
That's what's up. And I tried to avoid bringing this up because I was like, yo, this is not his interview, but you're also the daughter of the legendary Kid Capri.
Yeah, he's cool. He's alright.
So how do you feel pressure?
I don't feel pressure, but I do feel like people make it a little bit harder. Like, okay, she's Kid's daughter, but is she really dope? Because, you know, celebrity kids, they always could sing, they always could dance, they could always, like, you know, but is it good? So I am thankful that people look at it like that, because when they do look at me, you will see that it is good. Like, you will see that it's quality stuff.
Of course.
But not so much pressure. Very much like prove me wrong kind of situation.
Right. And like in the songs that you put out, what is your main message into actually into the writing process and, you know, developing a song? Like, what made you go the aisle of the topic that you're choosing, basically? Was it previous experience?
For Air?
Yeah, for Air, or a different song, basically.
Well, with anything, it's just like, you have to really, I'm an emotional person, so you have to really tap into your emotions. You have to be okay with being vulnerable. You have to be okay with just whatever emotion you're in, you have to really channel it and bring it out. So it could be something as simple as me walking past a tree and I like how the tree looks. I could write a song about it. Like, whatever it is that you feel, you have to be able to put that on paper, put that in a song, match a melody to it. And with Air, it was like my environment, like what I was in at that moment. 6 a.m. in the studio, and just like where I was at. I really just, I was tired. Look, he's over there yawning because he knows. We be tired. So.
Trust me, I know, because I be up with my son and I be like, yo, it's time to go to bed. Yo, I'm not trying to hear it, but
knowing you got to get up the next morning, 10 a.m., like, all right.
Do it all over again. Like, that's the thing. Like, and it's just, it's a lot of work.
I've been really effing myself over because I just started watching 13 Reasons Why. So
I actually watched that show.
I was scared. It's so good. It's so good. I can't stop myself from watching it. So now my time to sleep is being used to watch 13 Reasons Why. So now I'm just even more exhausted. And just killing myself. But
how long do your studio sessions be? Like, do it be like an
hour,
God. 2 hours?
I mean, it depends. Like, if I'm just going in there to work with one thing, the most I would need is probably 2 hours. If I'm just going to mix a song, an hour. But if I'm going to like really go in, I got mad songs to do, I got like it's really crunch time, I'll go in there, I'll do a 6-hour session, or I'll do even a 10-hour session. Like, you never really know. Like, you just you do it, pay for it later. Like, just
yeah, cause
and it's expensive. Just
I know how it is. Like, just basically just working on something, and then you work on it for so long, you want to keep going and keep going and keep going. The first thing you know, it'd be like 3 o'clock in the morning. Be like, yo, what the time go? Because
you want it to be done. You want to be able to like hurry up and share it.
Yeah.
So I drive myself crazy. I do.
And yeah, your fashion is definitely.
Thank you. Definitely. My mom is my stylist too, so she's my manager, my stylist. She's she's focused. Look.
Yeah, look.
She don't even know we talking about her.
Like, yo, I'm booked. Like, I got other things planned.
Yeah, she does everything, and I love. People don't know this, but we are like. Well, I hate shopping. As a woman, I hate it. Can't take it. Can't deal with it. I'm just not a fan of it. I don't like walking around carrying bags. I just don't like picking through. I don't like it. So she does a lot of shopping, but I do like thrift shopping. So I get a lot of my clothes from thrift shops and like stuff like that. Yeah. And you know, it's expensive doing music. So having to look good all the time, that's also expensive. Why spend $1 million on some damn Balenciagas? And you know you don't got it like that. that money I could use for the studio, or I could shoot a video.
Exactly.
So I like going thrifting because it's cheaper, it's like more efficient, like you're getting good stuff. So yeah, that's my style secret.
Yeah, I like thrift shopping.
Mm-hmm.
Thrift shopping is you really don't need like to come in with Gucci, Louis
Exactly,
Vuitton.
it's not necessary.
First thing you know, you just be like, oh, yo, bro, can I get?
And you only wear, I mean, don't get me wrong, I love Gucci, I love Louis, but if you don't got it, you don't got it. Like, don't.
Yeah, straight up like that.
Yeah, like, don't kill yourself. It's not that serious.
Right. And question, I always kind of ask people this question. If you had any artist to work with, even though that's basically Snoop Dogg is like there, but like, if you had any artist to work with, who would it be?
Like a current artist or dead or alive or like old?
Oh, I don't know. Dead or Alive is too. Oh, that's. You might break my heart with that.
Why?
You might break my heart. All right, let me hit it.
Dead or alive? Definitely. Damn.
See what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying?
I would definitely like what you mean? Like do a song with?
Yeah, do a song with.
Biggie, for a fact. Hell yeah. Straight up. Biggie or Tupac, one of them. But that's easy. All right, that's easy.
Biggie.
I don't know. That's hard. Alive, I would definitely work. Producer, I would work with Pharrell. Artist, you can't win with him. Like artist, I would do Drake. I would. I feel like everybody in here hates him. Like, what's wrong with y'all? You hate him. I would work with Drake. I would. Or J. Cole. Definitely Kendrick.
Oh, okay.
And Miguel.
Okay.
Miguel is like one of the most underrated artists ever. Miguel is amazing. He plays all his instruments. He's Bruno Mars. It's so many dope people.
Yeah, it's so many.
And I would definitely work with Cardi, for a fact. That's my sis. Hey, Cardi. I would definitely work with her. But you got to remember, like I told you, you have to please the people that are listening to you.
That's true.
And that's what they want. Like, you still got to ease in what you want, but you still got to give them what they want. You could do what you want all day, but if people don't like it, doesn't matter. Like, nobody's going to grasp towards it. So
That's true. I do respect Cardi being what she's doing as an artist. I respect.
I would love to write for SZA. I would love for her to write for me. I would love to. She's dope. She did a couple of Rihanna songs too. People don't even know.
Being a songwriter, I wonder how. Like,
that's hard. Well.
Do you have to like do like the melodies and stuff like that?
Yeah.
Like
I mean, it depends. Like if you're writing a song and you're like you want them to take the whole song, you're gonna go in the studio. You're gonna do a reference track. You're gonna sing. You're gonna do everything. And you send it to them, and then they just tweak it however they want, and they sing it over. Or you could collaborate with somebody. That's what I would do with SZA, like write a song together, and then we just do it like that, create the melody together. But songwriting is for other people is only hard because you don't know like where they're at in their life or the type of music they want to make right now. But then you have artists like Rihanna. You could give her whatever song, and it works. Like it works for her perfectly. But then there's other artists who are so set in what they do that you can't really like change it. Like, so it would be best to work with them rather than for them. But writing for myself is easy because I know what I feel. So.
I mean, yeah, because I was thinking of like how is songwriting like? Do you like is it like not like rapping, but like do you like write like go basically off of a paragraph or stanzas or whatever? And I was like, yo, do you have to put the melodies together? It's just so much. I was just thinking, like.
When I first started really writing, I would do it like in a poetry form.
Okay.
Because I used to write poetry a lot, so I would do that and then match a melody to it. Right. But then once I knew how to do that and it was easy for me, I was able to just write it, like sing and write at the same time. So like create the melody and write at the same time. But that's hard. That's hard to do. Like if you don't know your voice and you don't know like where you want to go with it, it becomes difficult. So a lot of times you just got words with no melody. And I mean that works too because let's just say you find a beat that you like that you didn't make from scratch, you could just match those words to it, create a melody when you hear the beat. So it works either way. Like don't matter.
Right. Okay. And we're about to wrap up, and I always wrap up with a daily discussion question of the day.
Okay.
Basically, what's going on with the whole 6ix9ine?
I was just talking about this yesterday too.
Do you like 6ix9ine?
I like what he's doing, but he's not my type. Let me explain why. It's very hard to take one genre and another genre and put it together. If you know metal rock and you know like that whole screaming like that kind of music, he's taking that and putting it to a hip hop beat. I've never seen nobody do that before. So that's a dope concept. But to listen to him, can't do it. I can't.
You didn't listen to Day 6ix9ine?
Nah. I didn't. I didn't. And then at the same time, I never really got into him. Like I don't know his lyrics like that. I wouldn't know. But I do like his concept. And he's drawing attention to himself. That's what matters. And people like it.
True. So
I respect it.
Is Drake better than 6ix9ine?
Facts.
No.
Facts. For so many reasons, though.
We're wrapping up.
For so many reasons. Look, whether you like the man or not, whether you like him or not, he's lyrical. He's a producer. He can scout other talent. He's very much. First of all, he wouldn't be where he's at. He wouldn't be where he's at if he wasn't nice.
No, he would not be where he's at if it wasn't for Lil Wayne. But we gonna.
That's true too. But Lil Wayne wouldn't like him if he wasn't nice. Lil Wayne's not a bullshitter. You know that. If you know Wayne and you know his music and you know what he does, he's not gonna just pick somebody up for no reason. You gotta give him credit. You gotta give him credit. Like.
Hold on. Let me finish. I really think 6ix9ine's better than Drake.
To each his own.
Yeah, I really do think 6ix9ine's better than Drake.
For what reason though? Like.
He writes his own stuff.
I'm okay. Whether Drake writes everything, I'm pretty sure he wrote a lot of his stuff. Like if you go back to October's Very Own, if you go back to there's stuff that he's wrote. And you know how many artists don't write their stuff? You know how many rappers don't write their stuff and you still like them?
But my thing is you know what drives me crazy? They actually selling a handwritten song by Drake and it wasn't even written by him.
So what? So what?
For $54K.
So what? If the song is dope and his voice is on it and he paid for the writer, so what? You know how many people have produced movies and don't get their credit for it? Somebody else takes the credit, but you still like the movie though. You gotta give people credit at the end of the day. When he gets on stage, he puts on the show. When it comes to his videos, he puts direction into his videos. You gotta give him credit, whether you respect it or not. That's why I give 6ix9ine his respect. The colorful hair, he draws the attention to himself. So whatever he does, it don't matter. Somebody's gonna go towards it. You have to give Drake his credit. You have to. She said, "Do you love me?" I told her only partly. Like that comes on and you get hype. Like you can't.
I don't.
All right, somebody else does. He does.
Of course they do. Of course they do.
You can't, he's dope.
He's okay. I'm not gonna say he's dope. He's okay.
6ix9ine, you can't. After a while, you're gonna get a headache.
Great.
You're gonna get a headache. It's loud.
6ix9ine is great.
You got it. He's a Libra, so I know I can't argue with him because I'm a Libra too. So
exactly.
We're just gonna leave it. You got it. But you a September Libra, so there's a difference.
Oh, you October. Oh, I forgot your OVO.
Yeah.
Oh, October.
Yep.
Yeah.
Facts.
Thank God I wasn't born in October.
I love Drake though. You love Schoolboy Q, 6ix9ine, Kendrick.
You
love. Yeah, just talking to you, I can see like your facial expressions.
You know me.
Who else?
You can finish it.
I don't know who else.
All right, so Schoolboy Q, Kendrick, Lil Pump, 6ix9ine.
You out of control.
And I have to end it with 50 Cent.
Okay.
No, my fault.
Okay.
Tupac.
Okay.
I love Tupac.
You got to give it to 50 though, for a fact.
You put Biggie.
You don't like Biggie?
It's overrated.
You bugging. Where you from?
From the Bronx.
There's something wrong with him.
Uptown.
You bugging. Where you from? In the Bronx?
Gun Hill.
Oh yeah, you ratchet.
Uptown.
Threw him off, OD.
That threw me off.
But how you don't like Biggie though? Why you don't like Biggie?
2 albums, overrated.
Nah, you crazy. He crazy.
I think Tupac is one of the greats. I always put Tupac.
You wanna know what's so crazy? People compare Biggie and Tupac, but they are two different rappers. Very different. Like,
I think Tupac is way better than Biggie.
in terms of what?
Lyrics, poetry, delivery.
I wouldn't say better. I would say like more in tune with poetry and all those things.
Yeah, and I feel like that's what rap is kind of like, you know, just together basically. They just like, you hear rap, you think of poem.
The reason why Biggie they're like kind of different in the same, because Biggie took what he was actually going through and made it his own poetry, so you gotta respect that. But Tupac actually went to school for acting and doing poetry and all of those things, so that played a part in that as well. Biggie he didn't have those opportunities, so it's like either way, they both dope. It's both poetry in its own way, like, you know.
Yeah, I definitely feel you on that.
You better listen. I can't.
I can't.
I
I can't give Drake a chance.
If my boyfriend was here right now,
fed up.
he would be like, "How you don't like Drake?" He gets so defensive.
I deal with that every day.
He loves Drake.
Let's wrap it up. I deal with that every day. But thank you everyone for tuning in to another episode of Day Discussion with the lovely Vina Love. It was definitely a pleasure.
Thank you for having me.
I definitely highly appreciate you coming out and
Thank
showing
you.
us love.
Of course.
And we're gonna talk about Drake after this. We're gonna hear other opinions about Drake, but hey.
He's a hater.
Yeah, he's a hater.
That's because he's from Gun Hill.
I'm a hater. Yeah. But thank you guys. Share, watch, subscribe. Daily Discussion. Plug. Daily Discussion. See you.
Feel it in the dark, I can feel you from afar. For you, in your eyes I see the stars. I've been looking for you. I can feel it in the air. One puff, I'm blown away. I can feel it in the air. One puff, I'm blown away. Boy, if it's cool tonight, yeah, take me out on the town. Just me and you tonight, yeah. Nobody's around. Boy, what you wanna do? Feeling my body closer to you.